about ready to go for the second half of action. Carterets with a difficult job ahead. They're 14 points down.
It was a great first half for Bridgewater, Dick. Everything went pretty much their own way. They've been a ground-gaining team, a ball-controlled team, and that's basically what they did in this first half. Actually, the Bridgewater people would say certainly that they should have had one other score on the board as well. So they've got a lot of momentum with them right now. Carteret's got their work cut out for them. Carteret's got their work cut out for them. They've got to try to turn around this game somewhat. They've been a running team. They're going to have to open up somewhat if they're going to try to come back.
So Carteret will receive, and they'll move to our left.
First offensive series should be an interesting one for Carteret. They've been a running team. They're going to have to open up. Let's see if they do change their strategy.
Kicking off is Dan Wilbur. Back is Froelich. And Bohack. Froelich takes it at about the 16 and breaks up the middle on a very nice run back to the 40. McCullough on the tackle. Dave McCullough on the specialty team. Well, run away now, 1st and 10 from their own 39. The Roadrunners of Carteret. McNellis, and a very nice catch by Don Humphrey. And we told you before the half that you haven't seen the end of him. So moving into Bridgewater East territory, 1st and 10. Running backs are Froelich and Trendecost. Froelich breaks up the far side. Finally forced out by Ted Haas.
Oh, he's got nice moves, Dick. He hit very quickly up into the hole and then veered out to the outside and just ran around and outside of several people. Good moves, good quickness.
Well, I guess Jim Gilrain had a few words in the locker room and came up with some changes. 1st and 10 at the Bridgewater East 33. On the keep, and he's finally run out.
He ran that into the short side of the field. It's tough to run that there. You need some running room.
Chris Raffo ran him out of bounds. 2nd and 7. The ball just inside the 30. The dive goes to Leroy Hawks. Leroy got a few. 3rd and 5. Ball to 28.
That's a keep him honest play. They're just trying to tighten up the defense.
McNellis, will he throw? Froelich on the pitch, and Froelich slipped. He was hit, but he also slipped, and he fell down. He went down at the 20. And you'll see the slip.
It's a good play. It was set up well by the play before, just a short dive up the middle. Now he fakes it to the up back. Pulls in the defense, pitches out to the running back. He's got some clear sailing for a while.
You see as he makes the cut.
There's a slip right there.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And on the keep is McNellis. He's pulled down by Dave Schultz. We've seen some nice quarterbacks during this series. 2 very good quarterbacks out here right now. John McNellis for Carteret and Dan Wilbur, of course, for Bridgewater East. I have something you want to discuss. Where else but on New Jersey Public Broadcasting could you see a local game like this one? Well, probably not too many places, and we need your support if you want to see more of this. We want your pledge. 609-883-6910. Frolic. Very, very. Third and 10, we'll call it.
To the shot of Jim Gilrain, the coach of Carteret, yelling some instructions into his players.
3rd and 10. They've got to get something going. They're so close. Very poorly thrown ball.
Oh, dangerous thrown ball.
Rich Scholbraid was there. Pass was intended for Jeff Malovitz. In 4th and 10 at the 20.
Carteret had a nice rhythm, or has a nice rhythm on this drive there, although the last 2 plays really was not consistent with it.
McNellis wanting to throw on the run in the end zone and knocked down by Ted Haas. Don Humphrey was there, but he was covered by Ted Haas.
Haas did a good job in coverage on that. I think you see in the second half, Carteret coming out, they seem to have talked things over, and they look like they've agreed to open up their offense somewhat. That was a nice drive until it stalled out. Some good outside running and a couple of good passes.
So Bridgewater East takes over. 1st and 10 at their own 20. 22 Vanderbeek, 33 Sechrist, the split backs. And Vanderbeek hits the line for a couple. To about the 22, 2nd and 8. 8:26 to play in the 3rd quarter. And Bridgewater East is up 14-zip. This is Sechrist. And he was grabbed by Jeff Malovitz.
Malovitz made a fine play on that. He was actually blocked, and he was down on the ground. Just recovered enough, threw his arms up in the air, and grabbed hold of the runner.
3rd and 8 at the 22. Well, we've seen the ground game of Bridgewater East. Maybe we'll see some passing here.
Now, Carteret's almost inviting it with that 6-man front. They're up very tight.
Now we're going to have a pitch to Sechrist. He has room, plenty of room. He's finally tripped up by Pat Kelman, and he goes down at around the 40.
We're going to take a replay of this, Dick. It's again typical of their offense. Just finally executed the play. Good up back fake. Nice block out here. Good running by Sechrist. Gets the last 5 yards by himself.
Well, Larry Zonka of the Minutemen. 1st and 10 On the keep, but he's met by Joe Urcolino. And I wouldn't want to be met by Joe Urcolino. 5'10", 210.
It's a good hard hit. He really stung him on that one.
Joe Urcolino is a leading tackler on the Carteret defense. Second and 11. Just shy of the 40-yard line. And we're going to see a pass from Mr. Wilbur. Or are we? Well, he dumps it out quickly to Chris Raffo. Chris Raffo is another 3-year starter on this ball club, along with Vanderbeek and Seacrest. I'll see it again.
Let's see it again. He's got outstanding block. He's got all day back there. His receivers are covered, though. He sees this. He starts to run. Now he sees a man opening. Nice heads-up play by the quarterback.
Well, while we were looking at the slow-mo, we're having a penalty marked off against Bridgewater East. And it's a biggie.
Oh, they hurt.
It's a clip. Second and 25. Out of the power I. Oh, coming in blindside, and we were watching the progress of Lance Goodmested. They came all the way from the opposite side and just ran down Mr. Wilbur.
He did a good job. He's the little man in the front four. He's only 200 pounds. Kind of small compared to the 240 and 229 and 277.
Nice.
Here's a quick shot of it.
To see Goodmested pull him down.
Actually, Wilbur did a good job just holding on to the ball. He never saw the tackler coming.
Third and about a quarter of a mile for a first down. But East can do it. They've got the material back there to do something. Here's the long bomb. Cross field. And Seacrest running into Ori Hawks. They're both going after the ball. They collided.
Wilbur has a nice arm. That was a well-thrown ball.
So we'll have a fourth down now and a punt. .5:31 remaining in the third quarter. East is up 14-0. Seacrest, the punter. Back is Froelich. And, oh, that's a bad one. It's going to take a bounce that'll help out a bit. But it stops at their own 45. That's about a 20-yard kick.
Here's a good break for Carteret. Let's see if they can turn it around now and bring it in for a score.
First and 10 at the Bridgewater East 45-yard line. Now you'll recall early in this second half, they had one drive stall at the 20. They're in a very good field position now. Let's see if they can get on the board. On the roll is McNellis. And he goes out of bounds over around the 35. Chased by Chris Raffo.
He does that very well. He's got good speed. He's a good runner. And he's got a good arm. They've got to respect him when he rolls out like that. And almost as though whatever the defense does, it's wrong. He'll do the other.
You know, guys, I'd like to know how many of these kids are products of midget football because they display so many nice skills. First and 10 at the 35. Froelich up the far side.
Good move. Beautiful run by Froelich. Now, you mentioned, Dick, the organized football before high school. I think that has a lot to do with it. I know Bridgewater has an excellent program of Pop Warner football, and it goes all the way up through the grade schools and into the high school.
First and 10. At the 18. On the move again. Rolling is McNellis. And he runs out. He runs out around the 12.
Carteret's got a nice drive going here. I think we've seen somewhat of a change in momentum in this second half. It's definitely on Carteret's side now. And I think a good reason is that they have opened up their offense. They're now sprinting out wide, and they're now throwing some passes.
Well, they're up against a tough defense. Fred Coons, Jeff Koch, Rich Mraz, Andy Voss, and Dave Hoff.
That's right. That's Bridgewater's defense has done a great job just tightening up the inside. Carteret has had to go to the outside.
And the ball sits at the 12-yard line. 2nd and 4. Coming into the lineup, we see Rich Scholbraid coming in for Bridgewater East. He's the middle linebacker. I don't know. I find myself watching the defense more. As play-by-play man, I'm supposed to tell you who's doing well on offense, but I keep watching these defensive kids. They're so great on both teams.
Being a back from way back, I'm watching that offense, Dick.
Fumble. Oh. Picked off by, looks like Fred Coons. Maybe Mike Brophy, I'm not sure.
Oh, what a bad break for Carter. Great break for Bridgewater. Yeah, we talked breaks, Dick. Of course, you take good heads-up ball, and that's what Bridgewater did right there. And they played good heads-up ball to capitalize on it. But that break right there, the games we've seen earlier, the penalties, the fumbles, the interceptions, they've been devastating.
Well, Carteret is controlled here in the second half, and they've stalled out on 2 drives. In very close, too. 1st and 10 for Bridgewater East, deep in their own territory. And fighting to get out is Sechrist, and he was pursued by Ken Hundeman. Hundeman wasn't going to let him go anywhere, and he didn't.
No, Sechrist wasn't going to go down either.
Ball sits at about the 4-yard line. 2nd and 11. I'll tell you, Carteret is fired up. Having lost the ball in close twice, they want it back again. There's Vanderbeek, and he's going to get some nice yardage, dragging about 5 or 6 people, most of the defense on his coattails.
Oh, excellent struggle running. Sure seems to be typical of the Bridgewater team. Very hard running. No way do they want to go down with just the 1 tackler, or the 2nd tackler, or the 3rd tackler for that matter.
Well, he gets it out all the way to the 16, and that's a 1st down. I can imagine the college scouts in the audience tonight just drooling over these 2 running backs, Vanderbeek and Sechrist. They're both seniors, too. All right, here's Sechrist. He's stacked up by Tom Miles, also Andy Froelich. He gets a few. 2nd and 6 at the 20. 3:10 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Dick Landis here, along with Cosmo Iacovazzi. Starting out tomorrow morning at 10, Larry Freimeyer and Raj Cohen will bring you the first game. Kaz and I back at 3. Another game at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. 3 more to go after this one. All live on Jersey Vision. Sechrist running with a ripped jersey, flapping in the breeze.
Sechrist also running with abandon. We've been saying it all night, but he is a hard runner. He runs over people, a very strong runner. We talked about the college scouts, Dick. They've got to be drooling over that guy.
3rd and 2, a long 2 at the 23. Vanderbeek, he gets the 1st down easily. Ball be spotted at the 28. Flag is down, however. And the penalty will go against Carteret.
George Greiner, coach of Bridgewater, says he likes to play good basic fundamental football. And it's really what they're doing down there. There's been so many offenses and multiple offenses and wide open plays. He's got his lineman in tight, and he's just running right up the middle and off tackle. Good basic football.
So on a face mask call, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. And here goes Vanderbeek. Rumbling down to the 40-yard line of Carteret. And we're going to show it to you again.
Good blocking by line to give that initial opening. And good running by Vanderbeek. Someone did lay a hand on him. He just tore away from the one hand. Outrunning these two defenders.
1st and 10 now at the Carteret 40-yard line. Here's Seacrest, his turn to run it. He's hauled down by Urcolino, but not until he picks up 3 or 4. It's both do the same thing. Upon contact, they immediately spin off. It's a natural reaction. I don't know whether it's a quality that you either have or you don't have, or whether George Greiner is quite good at teaching it, but instantaneously they will go the opposite direction upon contact. 2nd and 7. He's mighty hard to stop. Mighty hard to stop is Vanderbeek. Urcolino led that charge, and we've been impressed with his play tonight. Joe Urcolino, the linebacker, the captain of the team, the Carteret team. 5'10", 210, Joe Urcolino. 3rd and 6 at the 35. 12 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Wilbur to pass. He's going to run it. I'll tell you, he's quick as a cat, too.
He's quick, good speed, and he's got that same instinct to stay up. But
Malovets grabbed him first. Ball's down around the 21 now. 1st and 10. The end of the 3rd quarter. And the score still stands. Bridgewater East 14. Carteret nothing. Not too long ago, we asked a quarterback that you know